Okay, I hope you can see the screen. So if you the access canvas here, you might have a multiple courses there. I am teaching 2 sections of cloud computing, and on Canvas, it is combined together. So you click on this. I'm your instructor, and here's my information. So at the home of the Canvas, my information, my name is Baekyoung Choi. It can look a little difficult, but if you can remember, like back to the young age, BACK, then that's how you pronounce my name. Baekyoung Choi is my name. I'm a professor of computer science. We have a school division, and within the division, we have a multi-disciplines, and I'm with the computer science discipline. Here's my contact information. And I have on the syllabus my regular email as well as phone number, office number, but the main communication method for us to communicate regarding our class is through Canvas inbox. So I do get, I'm afraid I get so many emails a day, and it's very hard to keep up with the emails. Students often forget which course, which section they are from, and it's very hard to remember the previous subjects or names for the topics. So, but our class is one of my very, very high priorities, and I would like to be able to, it's my responsibility to keep up and follow up any questions. And for that purpose, we use Canvas inbox for communication. It automatically says which section the student is from, and I can search easily about the students, the past emails and so on. We have a TA. So here's my office hour info before I talk about TA. We meet Tuesdays and Thursdays as you have seen on Canvas. Our regular classroom will be in Miller Nichols Library Hall 451. Besides regular classes, I do have a weekly office hour, and that is on Tuesdays. Like today, after this class, I will have an hour office hour open time. And if you have any questions, you can come to this Zoom or regular my office hour, but I'm not there today due to extreme weather. But this is a time for you to meet me without any prior appointment, okay? And we have a TA. I'm not sure whether we have a Rishabh on Zoom. He said that he's going to. Rishabh, are you here? Maybe he's not on there. He might actually. Let me see. Rishabh, are you here? Okay, so looks like he's not here on this Zoom. So next time, next time when we meet in person, I will have him to introduce himself in our class so that you can see how he look like and ask any questions if you have to him. Okay. So today, our first class, I would like to go over the logistics and some of the first week, the light quiz about the syllabus that day I'm going to talk about. You don't have to submit it by during the class, but there will be the access code about the quiz, and when it's due, I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so if you look at this Canvas, here's an announcement, and on syllabus, we have our course syllabus, and there's another syllabus menu. This is something that is automatically created based on my information, and also I updated a little bit there. but let us go over this syllabus. Hold 1 second. Okay, so it's spring, though it's winter yet. Spring 24 cloud computing class. My information and phone number. So our division is called Computing Analytics and Math, and the disciplines of computer science. Here's our TA info. We meet at 10 a.m. at the Miller Nichols Library Center, 451. I'm teaching another section in the afternoon. The class format is in person. So what it means is that, we are not offering Zoom option all the time. But I may be on travel for conferences in those times. Either I will have a recorded lecture or there might be the online, synchronous online class. But otherwise, this is an in-person, and this is a great opportunity, precious opportunity for us to interact directly. So please, it's important for you to attend the classes. Even though I'm not checking the attendance every time, there will be almost every class or every week, there will be quizzes, and that those quizzes will have access code. Those who have attended the class will only have that code, and it's not acceptable for you to share that access code with anyone else in the class. So I talked about my office hour, either in my office, 550G, in Flashem Hall, or online in this Zoom link. Our TA will have an office hour on Mondays and Wednesdays at the same time. So it is right after this class. I am teaching, as I said, 2 sections of cloud computing, one at 10 a.m., this one, and another one at 1 p.m. I should say P over here. And in between, I have office hours on Tuesdays, and Rishab is going to have his office hours on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we are covering Monday, Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at the same time. His office hour will be held probably in this room, but if there is any change, we'll make an announcement. By the way, please feel free to stop me anytime, or also write a chat while we are doing this Zoom. So don't hold your question till the end. Asking question is something that I emphasize a lot, encourage you a lot, and I'm very much looking forward to our first question in this semester. Not yet. So as I said, the question and answer is very much encouraged during the class, anytime, and of course outside the class as well. You can do it also online on Canvas. There will be a Q&A page, and also you can do individual inquiries through Canvas inbox. Again, please avoid using regular university emails. If you use just Gmail, I'm not going to even open it. There are a lot of emails that I cannot even open it, but I am not responding to any emails outside of the UM system if it is about the class. And also again, I get so many emails. It's very hard to keep track of, which students inquired about what, and it's best for you to use Canvas inbox. But remember that there will be a quiz on this syllabus. Syllabus is something very important in the beginning of semester, setting the tone, understanding the logistics. Unfortunately, a lot of students don't pay much attention to that, and later they keep asking questions. Asking question is fine. Still, to avoid any of those the unnecessary energy and doubts, please pay attention to this first class as others. And the way for me to kind of force you or encourage you to do that is having a quiz. And there will be a quiz on the syllabus. And this is a part of the question. What is the best way for us to communicate? That's a Canvas inbox, okay? For each project, each assignment and also final project, I'm going to talk about it later. There will be a discussion page where you can ask questions. Sometimes the questions can be answered by me or a TA, but a lot of other questions may be answered by other classmates too. So if your question, you feel that it's likely that others may ask and also others may have answers, I encourage you to post your questions on the discussion page, the Q&A page for assignments and projects. Again, I'm encouraging you questions a lot, and this is a way for you to learn better and also help other students too. Any questions so far? Not yet. So this is a course description, cloud computing. When I first introduced this class in 2012, more than 10 years ago, I had to explain how that is different from traditional internet-based the applications. And these days, you have used a lot of cloud computing resources for various purposes as it has permeated into our lives, into our working and studying. It's not, it's now we cannot even imagine how we can get things done without cloud computing. However, this class is not about how to use cloud computing resources, the cloud computing softwares. It is about what's happening behind the scene of the cloud computing systems, basically data centers, how to enhance, how to improve the cloud computing systems. That's about our course. So this is about the comprehensive overview of technical concepts, issues, again, behind the cloud computing. And when we talk about the computing system resources, these are the main component: compute, storage, and network. By the way, operating system is our undergrad, excuse me, undergrad operating system course is our prerequisite, right? What are the main computing resources that operating system handles? So I encourage you to ask questions, but also I ask you questions oftentimes. It's like this: can anyone respond in the chat? What are the main computing resources when you learn about the operating system course? OS course, if you remember the main parts, OS is the software that orchestrates the underlying hardware, and the hardware resources are CPU, right? And what else? Memory and file system storage. Okay, so yeah. So please, it's okay if you don't get it right, try to respond. So for a single computer, for an operating system software to orchestrate the hardware for users above the hardware to utilize it, they manage, the operating systems manage CPU, memory, and storage. And cloud computing, if you think about it, it is a big system over the network, and the big resources it has to manage is compute, storage, and network. What about main memory? Main memory is often part of the compute. So when we say compute resource in cloud computing, it's a combination of CPU and memory and storage, and then network resource. So these are networking is a part of important the system resource for cloud to handle. So these are the major resources that cloud computing system handles, and the way it does that is the utilization, the virtualization and management. So these are the topics that we are going to talk about in this class. But let me stop here, and I would like to hear from your response. When you hear the cloud computing, what are the jargons or terms that comes to your mind? Can anyone type on the chat? By the way, I forgot to maybe I'll do the recording now. So your responses are like evidence of your attendance. Okay, so.
Recording in progress.
Anyone? Yeah, Google Cloud. Good. So everyone on the Zoom attending the class, please respond something that comes to your mind when you hear cloud computing. AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. So these are all the cloud vendors. Anything else? Kubernetes. That's container orchestration platform, private cloud, public cloud. Good. Anything else? So your responses are recorded, and again, that's a part of your evidence of attendance. Hybrid cloud, Docker. Excellent. Anyone besides the AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud? Yeah. So again, I would encourage everyone to show your attendance by typing on the chat that comes some jargons topics that comes to your mind when you hear cloud computing. And here are some more tips. Dropbox, yes, that's the example of the storage service platform. Okay, so I see a lot of you are using these the products, right? Yes. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. Yeah, that's very good. I'll ask you other questions if you didn't have a chance to respond. So these are the topics that we are going to talk about it in this class. Again, it's not about how to use Dropbox. It's not about how to use some software on cloud. It is about behind the scene technical concepts, the technologies that enables this cloud computing and improves the cloud computing. That's what this course is about. Prerequisites. So we will have almost every time, like today, and every week, there will be a quizzes. And these quizzes are not meant to stress you. As long as you attend the class, I hope you would feel comfortable. So the main purpose is that to stay you the up to date and the alert, attend the classes, not to give you stress. And this is a good way for you to keep up with the topics on a regular basis. Okay, so network architecture and operating systems are two main prerequisites. And I understand that some of you are maybe taking network architecture at the same time, but you cannot take it without, you cannot take the cloud computing without taking NA1, the network architecture at all, or, in the previous semester, right? So this course, we don't have a textbook, but there will be an online reading list So let me go back to our resource. There is the course reading list and there's a references. So it has the pretty comprehensive links about relevant topics, and it's going to be also further updated as we go. So please refer those links. Most of the topics that we are going to discuss in class will be based on those references. Student learning outcome. This is something that university cares for our program to be accredited. Uh, so there are specific verbs that we have to do. The first thing is that it is being able to describe key technical concepts and issues in cloud computing in formal classroom presentations. So this is the first student learning outcome, and also be able to apply the state-of-art techniques and tools in the field of cloud computing. There is another student learning outcome from the the program requirement, and that also relates to be able to work effectively in teams. So being able to collaborate. This is something that we are supposed to encourage through our curriculum. And this course is not really focused on it, but still I do offer a group final project and that for that, you don't have to work in a team, but I'm encouraging you to work in a team. There are other additional course information about the attendance verification. I'm not checking the attendance in graduate class, but you are expected to attend the class regularly. And also it is my responsibility to verify this attendance information to the university within 3 weeks. So students who are not attending first couple of weeks, 3 weeks, then I am obliged to report to the university through UMKC Connect. And that is something like, the student doesn't come to this cloud computing class and other instructor finds that the same student doesn't come to that class, then there might be something happening to the student. So there will be a special alert given to the student. So this is for the instructors to be coordinated. But it can be also for a great things, a student doing well in this class, other uh, the other classes also, if the student is doing well, then this is another way for us to identify who are doing, the exemplary work. Could be a candidate for some awards. Okay, I just see that our TA Rishab has joined. Maybe let us give him opportunity to introduce himself. Yeah, you can. Rishab, do you have a camera on? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. So hi everyone, this is Rishabh. So I started my master's in 2024 January, so that I came in the last spring. I have two years of experience back in India working as a data analyst at Value Momentum. I've done my cloud computing course in the first semester. As we all know, we have already done our cloud computing semester in a bachelor's degree, but this course that we are going to have this semester or in this master's at UMKC is far more different when compared with what we have done already in the bachelor's degree, because here we'll get an opportunity to dive deep into each and every cloud provider. For like, let's take AWS, Azure, or GCP. So there are a number of assignments and projects associated with that, so everyone will get an opportunity to get dive deep into understanding of what exactly AWS is, what are the services AWS or Azure, or any of the cloud provider provides you, what you can do and what cannot be and what not. So all of things you will be working on practically on that. And so since you're able to work practically, you'll get to know the pros and cons of each and every service, which is a very important. when you're starting your career on this particular domain. So so this course is not only theoretical, but more 90% of the course is practical. Only 10% of the course is theoretical. That is, only the concepts that are being taught in the class will be theoretical, and rest all of the syllabus which you will be learning will be practical. So this course will be very entertaining for you all, and I wish you all the very best. And I will be your TA for this semester, and you can contact me if you have any doubts regarding the course, or any other doubts regarding the course, like the timings or any syllabus or any doubts. You can just approach me through Canvas, or the 560H in the Flash M hall. So I'll just update you the timings when I'll be available over there. I'll just make an announcement regarding that. And all the very best for this. And before this, I just want to make sure it's a small notice is, whenever you make use of, as a part of any of the assignments, whenever you're making use of any of the surveys, please make sure once the grading is done, please make sure to delete all the resources, because there are a number of situations, and I'm one victim among them. Because if you won't remove a service, you have to pay hundreds of dollars. I had to pay $161 for AWS and around $100 for Azure, because I just missed to delete couple of services and I came back to India. So I missed them and I had to pay. I lost $261. And in the last semester as well, there were few students who missed to delete a service just for a week, and they had to pay around $100 for that. So please make sure you delete all the services once the grading is done. And that's it. All the very best. So if you have any doubts now or in future, you can just ask me. Thank you. Thank you, Professor, for giving me the opportunity second time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rishabh. So again, Rishabh is our TA. He has been a TA last semester. He took this class and he really excelled in class and did an excellent job as a TA last semester too. Um, they and it's interesting that he has mentioned about the cloud hygiene. It's something he thought it very helpful to a student after you do the work, clean it up. Um, and another thing is that yes, we do have a hands-on assignments and projects, but it's also important to emphasize on the technical concept behind it. So it's not in fact, I emphasize that though you might be spending some time on hands-on work, the emphasis is on the concept, and our class is not really to give you AWS certificate, Azure certificates, anything like that. If you would like to do it, that's on your own. You're more than welcome to do that. But that's not the purpose of this class. That's I want to say that. Any questions to our TA, Rishabh? Okay, so the Rishabh, your office hours are going to be Mondays and Wednesdays, 11:30 to 12:30. And I put the Zoom link on our syllabus too. Okay, if there's any change, please make an announcement. Yeah.
Hello there.
All right. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, yeah. Okay, so thank you, Rishabh. You feel free to stay in or leave any. Yeah, that's fine. I know it's might be late there, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you, everyone.
thanks. Okay, so let's continue on our syllabus, the logistics. There will be something called accountability groups. So when you are spending time as a graduate student, it's also important for you to learn the concept in the major, but also it's very, very important to get to know your classmates. And that helps for you to learn the topics better. And even if you may have some, the buddies from the previous school, it's important for you to meet new friends, new classmates, and work together. So I would like to improve your peer interaction through this class, and I'm going to make some group called accountability group. Initially, it's going to be randomly selected through Canvas. It will be maybe people up to 3 to 4 people in a group. And what you want to do is that introduce yourself and build some rapport, interact with each other. And if someone in the group has to miss a class, the other one, check on it, and the uh, if something is happening why you didn't attend the class, and this is what we learned, and that's how you can the study together, build a rapport. And you can also discuss about the assignments, but the most of assignment, in fact, is going to be individual except the final project. So second, initially I make the accountability groups randomly selected, and the second quarter, you will have an opportunity to make your own accountability group, and you can also do the maybe that could be the group for you to do the final project together. Okay. Doing class assignments together, if it's an individual work, it's not allowed. Never copy your assignment. Never about the answers of the quiz questions or about the access code, passcode for each quizzes. It's not a nice thing to do. It's actually, it can ruin your career. Giving access code to someone else who didn't attend the class, you can get into really bad trouble. So please don't do that. And these are some recommended technologies that you need. Having a Google Chrome browser, these are some of the basic software technologies, and this is a text from the university. Exam proctoring, this exam is going to all the quizzes. Some quizzes and exams are also got done through Canvas, but it will be especially exams. It will be in person within the classroom. So this is the text from the university. When you have to, when we do an online class, be ready to be camera ready. So we don't want to get into any issues with the inappropriate, the scenes and things like that. Class expectations, and these are the, again, university policies that you can imagine you are aware of. The strict code of conduct, honesty is important. This is probably one thing, maybe one of the most the interested thing for you, and that's the evaluation criteria and weights. We're going to have 3 exams in this semester: exam 1 and 2, and final exam. Final exam weighs less than exam 1 and 2. Each exam 1 and 2 will weigh 15% each. Final exam will weigh 10%. So total 40% will count toward the grade from the exam. There is a final project. This is the project that you design yourself and work through it, and give also presentation to that as well using YouTube video, and that will be 10%. So exams and final projects weighs a lot. And there are several the hands-on assignments. It could be 4 to 6 around, yeah, that's a typical number of assignments. And then there will be quizzes. I say weekly at least, but there can be more than once a week. And here, the lowest quizzes will be dropped for all students. So I often see students that have some health issues and so on, and there are so many exceptions. And it's better just for everyone to, it's hard to deal with exceptions. Exceptions generally are not will be handled, but for quizzes, the lowest one will be automatically dropped. Therefore, you don't have to say you had some other personal issues, you couldn't attend the class, therefore you missed the class. Those things will be all be part of this, dropped quizzes. And this is the evaluation and grading percentage. This is a guaranteed percentage, the guaranteed grades for each percentage. So if you are 93 and above, you are guaranteed to get an A. 92.93, it's possible you might get an A at the end of the semester, depending on where the largest number of students are sitting. It might be hard to draw a line between the grades. Then I might lower the percentage a little bit, but I will never raise the bar up. These are the final exam dates and time specified by the university. There might be actually a little change on here. I do have a conference, international conference to attend around this time. So we might actually take the final exam a little bit earlier. And also I am trying to have the exam for this section and the afternoon class section at the same time. Probably one of our classroom, probably Miller Nichols Library Hall, the classroom will be large enough to hold all of the students. So we will arrange the time and date when the time gets nearer. So for now, this is the tentative final exam date and time designated by the university. Questions? The rest of the semester, the syllabus is about additional university-wide information. Again, emphasis on the academic integrity and also academic calendar. You can find, when the spring break starts and ends, what are the national holidays, and also what are the final exam week. Academic integrity. So this is if you are forgetting almost everything in today's class, this is one thing you have to still remember, and that is about academic honesty. And you can imagine that there will be a quiz on this too. There will be no tolerance in any cheating. It's an essential for the intellectual life of the university, and any one incident is not tolerated and going to be reported to the university. If you are not clear whether this is considered as a cheating or not, the general rule is, what is the general rule? You check with me, ask first whether it is okay or not, right? Most of the hands-on assignments will be requiring your name and your personal information. So I don't think there can be much cheating there. The quizzes and so on, if you notice anything, anyone else is doing it, report to me. And again, this is the critical, the ethics of learning and in the university. Okay, so I think the other ones, if you need a special assistance, like extended time of proctoring due to your health issues and so on, there is a university office who verifies it and offers additional service. And there are several policies regarding the academic conduct, equal opportunity, and educational access is another thing that is important. When you participate in the class, it's important to conduct yourself, not to discriminate anyone based on anything like this. Okay. Questions? So no questions so far? So if you look at the Canvas, so syllabus is the one that we just went over, and modules will have the resources for each week. If you look at this module, there is something about the how to use this Canvas, and also I want to maybe talk about this netiquette. Um, of course, we will be professional in the classroom setting, and also we want to be professional in online the behavior as well. So there is the network etiquette, and it is something about the maintaining a so this is something that you probably know, but I want to reiterate the important point. Maintaining a positive tone, use appropriate grammar and structure. So in a professional communication, do not use these short writings, okay? Um, and also the capitalization, you want to capitalize the first letter of the sentence. It's a first grade thing, but you also the uh, avoid using all caps. That is like a shouting. Oftentimes it is a negative connotation. Excuse me. Avoid any personal attacks and flames. Avoid offensive language and be respectful. I believe something you have done it all the time, but I want to remind it. Excuse me. Another thing is that many of you might have heard of growth mindset and growth mindset and the ways to do better in class. Um, the this is something that's important for anyone, so it's not necessarily for the class. Rather than stereotyping yourself, I cannot do this, this is difficult for me, you always have a mindset that I myself and others can grow and do better. So this is the findings from psychology and proved it to be very effective. So I want you to actually go to the link and watch some videos as well. This is really entertaining and also helpful. And also effective learning strategies. This is what they often say to my daughters as well. They and I also apply that to myself when I learn something new. So the effective learning strategies include space to practice rather than doing one thing all day long. You may want to space out between the study topics and retrieval practice. Rather than input only, you try to do output a lot. So try to recall what it is. And the quiz, exam, assignments, especially quiz and exams, those are really designed for you to do retrieval rather than just passively doing input, listening to the lectures, reading the articles. You want to pull out things from your brain about what you learned, and this is a really important way for you to learn deeper, better. And without this practice, you probably easily didn't understand it well, and also you will easily forget. Elaboration. It's also part of the ritual practice, you might say, but try to describe the ideas with many details in your own word and with your own writing. Interleaving, um, you the switch topics rather than the switch topics to three rather than doing one thing. So you might do homework and also do the reading lectures, things like that. Concrete example, it's a good way for us to learn the topics better. And this is what I am also trying a lot in my lectures and lecture notes, trying to put the illustrations and the given analogies, right? Dual coding. So when I give an example, I might use visuals and some combining words so that you can relate to what you know already and remember better using multisensory, the hearing and also the seeing together, multisensory. So this is actually, you probably have been doing already, but this is it's good to be reminded what are the good ways to learn effectively, right? So in the modules, let me go down the reading list I have mentioned. Uh, so there is a syllabus quiz for you to complete by the end of today. So I see 42 students attended, right? I mean 32 students attended. You have responded over chat, showing that you have attended, but also I want you to be mindful on the contents on the syllabus. A lot of times students ask questions throughout the semester that are already on the syllabus. Why don't we just spend some time in the first day and get it done with it, right? So the syllabus quiz, it's due the end of the day, and the access code is this syllabus queue. Take a note of this. Okay. And that's the end of the day. And another thing is that I have talked about myself. Um, I have developed this course more than 10 years ago, and I have been teaching it ever since, except maybe a sabbatical year. And the course has that evolved over time. Um, the and this is one of my research topic as well. The If you have any question to me, you can feel free to ask me. And also, I would like to learn about you. So here's a student survey that I want you to do it by next Tuesday, okay? So the questions include your name, your any, job experience. It can be like, working in a restaurant, things like that, anything. Your favorite activities, what prior courses you have taken in CS discipline, and what do you want, why you are taking it, whether you have a Linux system experience, because the Linux is the operating system that we use in cloud um, for command line. And if you don't have much experience, that they don't worry about it. I will have some tutorial on it, but still I want to know how many of you have already Linux system experience, and also any cloud computing experience, uh, just anything that you would like to tell me. I also want to know your short-term and long-term career goals as well. So this is a student survey that I want you to take some time and do it by next Tuesday. Okay. So again, this is here, this is an access, the code, self intro 0. So you have to take a note of it. Okay. Any questions? If you don't have any questions, I would like to I would like to ask watch a video about a data center tour. Okay, so the where the cloud computing is happening, it's at the data center. Excuse me. So if you search YouTube or other, resources, there are a lot of videos on the data center tour. Later this semester, we are going to have the guest lecture and physical data center tour within UMKC. But for now, let us take a look at the Google data center. I am trying to have my audio resources, audio sound to be heard. Let me start some and let me know what you hear. Okay, can anyone respond whether you could hear the audio sound fine? Okay, I want the quality to be good.
Hi,
So it's fine, right? I don't want to spend like at the several minutes and at the end student says that the sound was not good. Is Rishab here? Okay. So please stop me anytime if you find that this audio sound is not good enough.
my name is Sandeep, a developer advocate. I'm here with Noah from the Site Reliability Engineering team. Noah, can you tell us a little bit more about the SRE role at Google?
Yeah, SREs write and maintain the software systems designed to keep our
Just I want to make sure sound quality is not good. And did you see the full screen? You didn't see the full screen? Okay. Okay, so then yeah. So thanks for letting me know. So sorry for the delay. I saw I had the options before, but I don't see it now. Okay, so I just found it. So do you see the full screen? Can anyone respond whether you see the full screen? Maybe not. Let me do it again. Oh, you were seeing the full screen. Okay, thank you. Mm. Now the one that just disappeared again. Sorry for the hiccups. Okay, so when I show you this YouTube video, Google Data Center Tour, I want you to type in any interesting word that you hear from this video, okay? Okay, so as we go, you type in any interesting words that catches your mind on the chat. Ready, set, go.
Hi, my name is Sandeep, a developer advocate on the Google Cloud Platform. Welcome to the Google Data Center at the Dalles, Oregon. Take a look around. Before we go inside, we need to make sure that we have the appropriate security clearance. Most Google employees can't even get in here. So let's go on a special behind-the-scenes tour. I'm here with Noah from the Site Reliability Engineering team. Noah, can you tell us a little bit more about the SRE role at Google?
Yeah, SREs write and maintain the software systems designed to keep our services running.
So what happens if one of these systems goes down?
We've designed our systems from the ground up to be able to handle any unexpected failures that might occur. We have highly redundant power, networking, and serving domains, so that even if we do lose an entire cluster, we're able to redirect those workloads and live migrate data in order to minimize any impact. In addition,
that manage our fleet at Google, let's take a deeper look at the data center infrastructure itself.
So I told you keep typing on this. You can do more than that. Like you can do SRE, the infrastructure management. You can keep typing it.
Welcome inside. Before we can continue further, we need to go through the biometric iris scan and circle lock. These
ভাই বলেন হচ্ছে
Welcome to the data center floor. As you can tell, we have a lot of servers, and this is a single cluster in a single floor in a single building. Managing all of these servers on a global scale is quite a challenge. To utilize our fleet, we use tools such as Borg, Colossus, and Spanner. You may be familiar with similar tools such as Kubernetes, Google Cloud Storage, and BigQuery. Now, these tools allow Google engineers and cloud customers to more easily manage infrastructure, allowing everyone to build innovative and scalable applications. Here at Google, a lot of our infrastructure is custom-made. This gives us the flexibility and performance we need to run all of our services at scale. Oh, hey, it's Virginia, one of our network engineers.
Hey, Sandy.
Virginia, what are you working on today?
Today I'm working with hardware ops to expand this data center network to deploy additional machines in this building. Our fleet is constantly growing to support new capacity for Google products and our cloud customers.
That sounds like a lot of work to be constantly adding capacity around the globe.
Well, we've designed our network so that this kind of capacity growth isn't very hard. Jupyter, our current data center network technology, is a hierarchical design using software-defined networking principles. So just like with our servers, we've abstracted away the specific details of our network and can manage them like they're software programs and data.
Abstracting seems to be a common theme here at Google. I've also noticed a lot of fiber running in our data centers.
That's right. A single building can support 75,000 machines and carry over 1 petabyte per second of bandwidth, which is actually more than on the entire internet.
Wow.
This allows us to reliably access storage and compute resources with low latency and high throughput.
So how is this data center connected to all our other data centers around the globe?
Google runs V4, our own private, highly efficient backbone network, which is actually growing faster than our internet-facing network. It connects all our data centers together and allows services to efficiently access resources in any location.
Nice. I finally know what all this Google Fiber is really used for. Thanks, Virginia.
No problem.
So now you've seen all the compute and networking horsepower required to run your workloads in the cloud. Let's take a look at where your data is safely and securely stored. Let's go. Whether you're querying terabytes of data on BigQuery or storing petabytes in Google Cloud Storage, all of your data needs to be stored on a physical device. Our data center infrastructure allows us to access our storage quickly and securely. At our scale, we need to handle hard drive and SSD failure on a daily basis. While your data is replicated and safe, we need to destroy or recycle used hard drives so no one can access your data. From the time a disk is removed from a server to the time it's decommissioned, we maintain a very strict chain of custody. The disks are completely wiped and then destroyed in a huge shredder. Let's go shred some hard drives. We've looked at a lot of the hardware that runs in our data centers, but it doesn't end there. We need to cool and power our infrastructure in an environmentally sustainable and reliable way. Let's take a look at how we cool our servers. Welcome to the mechanical equipment room. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Oh, hey, it's Brian, one of our data center facilities technicians.
Hey, dude.
Hey, Brian. Brian, can you tell us a little bit more about this room?
Sure, well, this is a cooling plant for one of the data centers that we have on site. So a lot of heat is generated on the server floor, and that all has to be removed, and that starts right here in the cooling plant. So it's basically 2 loops. We have the condenser water loop, and we have the process water loop. The process water loop are these blue and red pipes over here. So they take the heat off the server floor, and they transfer it to these heat exchangers here. The condenser water loop are these green and yellow pipes here. They take the cold water from the basin underneath us, they transfer it to these heat exchangers here, and they send it up to the cooling towers up on the roof.
I notice our pipes are Google colors. It's pretty cool. So how efficient is our data center?
Well, Google has some of the most efficient data centers in the world. In fact, when we started reporting our power usage effectiveness, or our PUE, in 2008, most other data centers were around 100% overhead. At that point in time, Google was 20% overhead, but since then, we reduced it to just 12%. And that even includes our cafeterias.
Whoa, that is so low. Also, what's this big green machine for?
Oh, well, this is a chiller. We very rarely use them, but it helps keep the process water temperature in the desired temperature range when it gets really hot outside, basically helping the cooling tower do its job. In some of our newer data centers, they have no chillers at all.
I love how our new data centers are even more efficient. By the way, can we go up and take a look at a cooling tower?
Sure, let's go.
Wow, what a view up here.
So Sandeep, this is a cooling tower. It uses evaporation to rapidly cool the water from the condenser loop and sends it back down to the basin. You could say we're making actual clouds with the cloud.
Clouds making actual clouds. Welcome to Google. So Brian, how do we power the cloud?
Well, that all starts at Google's power substation. Let's go take a look. So this is the Google-owned power substation. This is where the high voltage power enters the site, it's reduced, and then sent to multiple power distribution centers such as this one right here.
What happens if a power distribution center loses power?
If it loses power, we have multiple generator and utility backup sources available to maintain power to those servers.
And where does all the power come from?
It actually comes from multiple hydroelectric power plants that are nearby.
I love how Google uses reliable green energy whenever possible.
We are 100% carbon neutral, actually.
That's pretty cool. You know, it seems like Google builds reliability from the ground up, from the power and cooling all the way to the software systems that manage our fleet. Thanks for showing me around, Brian.
No problem. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining me on this special behind-the-scenes tour.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed watching the Google Data Center tour video. A lot of videos you can pretty much find it from Facebook, Azure, etc. But I find that this one is more technical than the other ones that are more very high level for general audience. Some of the things you have noticed, you know, the Kubernetes, Borg, BigQuery, the Jupyter, their hardware custom made and so on. These are the things that we're going to talk about later in the class. Okay, so any questions? If you don't have any questions, remember there's a syllabus quiz that is due today. Excuse me. And then there will be a student survey that is due next Tuesday. Okay, so with that, let's end our class today. On Thursday, we expect that the weather will be better, and we'll see you in the classroom. All right, stay safe and warm. Bye.
Recording stopped.
Thanks. If anyone want to talk to me, I can be here for 1 minute. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna end this soon. So if you want to talk to me, let me know on the chat, and then I can stay around. Otherwise, I don't see anyone.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
For the class of 10, can we join for the 1 class?
1 p.m. class.
Yeah, ma'am.
What's your name, first of all?
Oh, sorry. It's Srikant Baddam.
Okay. Can you move your enrollment to the 1 p.m.? I believe classroom offering is possible. So if you need my permission for the class change, I will be happy to do that. So if you
Sure,
enroll in a regular class and attend a different one, it's a little complicated for me to administer quizzes and assignments and so on, because I make announcements differently for different sections, and the quiz passcode and the deadline due date could be different. So
Okay.
every time when you have some issue, I have to make an exceptions, which can be difficult and challenging. So it's best if your time is more suitable for a different section, you can do that in the beginning of semester, make a change.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Anyone else? Okay, if there's no question, let me end this Zoom. Bye. See you in person on Thursday.